Hey everyone, we are Alex and Tina. Since 2019, we started a travel blog named The Daily Packers, and since 2023, a YouTube channel in order to journalize all our adventure. We are a couple from France and Serbia who met in China back in 2014. Together, we traveled to more than 40 countries. In April 2023, we spent 3 weeks in Vietnam, where we visited the north and the center of the country. This video will be about Hanoi, where we spent around 3 days, so sit back and enjoy. We started the day by going out to try a vegan banh mi, a local sandwiches. The place wasn't too far from where we stay. There was a few options with tempeh, tofu and so on. We were quite happy with the one we got, plus it only cost 65,000 dong. Next, we started strolling around the old quarter. We passed by the Maison Centrale, which is a prison museum, but didn't visit it and headed straight for the cathedral. So after a good vegan banh mi, we headed out into Hanoi. Our first stop was the St. Joseph Cathedral, which is the oldest cathedral in Vietnam?
Oldest church.
Oldest church in Vietnam.
St. Joseph.
What did I say?
You didn't say the name. It's
I
St.
said the name.
Ah, okay.
So, well, we visited St. Joseph, the oldest church in Vietnam, and it's actually a kind of replica of Notre Dame of Paris. Well, we read a lot that you couldn't enter, but actually you can. And we even got lucky enough to, well, come during a mass, so well, there were prayers and everything. We then went to the Ngoc Coffee, one of the must-to-stop places in Hanoi. There, we had an Americano and a vegan banana milkshake for 85,000 dong. I got confused while paying and gave a 10,000 note instead of 100,000. So many zero in the local currency. The Americano was nice and not too strong. The milkshake didn't taste too much banana but was good. We also wrote some notes and stick them on the wall. After that, Tina wanted to do her nail. We stopped at Chic Nails, next to the Ngoc Coffee. There, she got a manicure with some design on 2 nails. It only costed 170,000 dong and it was quite good quality. Once finished, we kept strolling around the old quarter. We then popped by the street murals located north of the old town, which is quite well made. There, we also saw what we believe to be cooked dogs on barbecue. Actually, dog meat is quite common in Vietnam. We wanted to visit the oldest temple of this area, the Bao Khanh temple, but it was closed, so we visited another one right next to it. We then negotiated some bananas from a street vendor for 60,000 dong. We continued through the night market and the beer street, which wasn't that lively during the day, yet cool to see as it was on our way to lunch. We then had lunch at Hoang's, a traditional Vietnamese restaurant with vegetarian option. We ordered the vegetable spring rolls and the mushroom tofu dish, plus a Hanoi beer. The food was delicious and cost 223,000 dong. On our way to the lake, we stopped at some random temple, which was a nice found. After a few minutes walking, some more stops in souvenir shops like the one selling old propaganda posters, we arrived at the lake. There, we visited the Ngoc Son Temple, located directly on the Hoang lake. The entrance was 60,000 dong for 2. The temple isn't too big, but it's worth the visit. Within its wall they also show some ancient giant turtles that was living on the lake. As we still had time before the water puppet show, we decided to try our first egg coffee. For that, we went to what is claimed to be the original place where it was invented, Café Giang. There you sit on small chairs around small table. It isn't the most original place, but worth a visit. I tried a regular hot egg coffee and Tina a hot mint tea. It's actually super strong and super sweet, and it's like drinking it by layer. It cost 65,000 dong. We then popped by another coffee shop we wanted to try, Gem Café. The place looked fabulous and super original. We will be back there if we have the chance. To cap down with our day in Hanoi, we went to experience a water puppet show. We actually got our ticket 1.5 hours earlier on our way to the lake. There are 3 types of tickets depending the location of the seat. We took Central one for 150,000 dong each, for the simple reason that we wanted a seat in the middle. We arrived 15 minutes prior to the show, which was good, but you can easily arrive at the exact time. The show lasted for 15 minutes and was amazing, one of the best things we did in Hanoi. We have 17 small performances in the water, plus we didn't have anybody in front of us. What a chance. At the end of the water puppet show, we slowly headed for dinner, but stopped in a few souvenir shops on the way. This night, we dined at Tung's kitchen, where we ate vegetable fried noodle, sauté bok choy with rice, and a beer for 263,000 dong. It was once again really delicious. We then went to the train street, which was unfortunately closed. All the entrances were locked down by the police, and it seemed that the only people that were allowed in were Asian people. There is a way to enter though, is to go with a local bar owner that will smuggle you in, but walking freely at night or even during the day is not permitted anymore. As we wanted to stay at the beginning of the street, we gave it up this time and we'll be back on our last day in Hanoi to try it out. To end the day, we walked back to the old quarter at night to see how different it is. And finally, we grabbed a Grab to get back to our accommodation. Grab is the local Uber, a super easy and convenient app to use, as you know the price in advance and can pay in cash. This morning was really hard. We were super jet lagged. Couldn't fall asleep last night and woke up at first light around 7:40, completely dead. I picked up a vegan banh mi and on my way discovered the beauty of the Vietnamese telecom. We then took a Grab until the train street to see if it was opened, but unfortunately it wasn't. So we then walked to the literature temple. Well, we would recommend going straight there, and the Grab cost only 39,000 dong. The Temple of Literature is a temple dedicated to Confucius and hosts the Imperial Academy, Vietnam's first national university. While walking through it, we discover a few exhibits and 5 courtyards. The temple was built in 1070 and is magnificent. The entrance of the temple was 60,000 dong for the 2 of us. Interesting fact is that the temple is featured on the back of the 100,000 Vietnamese dong banknote. As you can notice, the weather is dreadful and it won't stop. So we decided to get a coffee to dry out a bit and went to Cong Café, one of the largest coffee franchises in Vietnam. We had a coconut coffee and a fruit yogurt for 120,000 dong. Coconut coffee.
How is it?
Cold.
Is it sweet?
Yeah, not too much actually.
Is it strong? I think you need to mix it a bit.
Our next stop was just around the corner, the Imperial Citadel of Thang Long, a massive historical and UNESCO site that was built in the year 1011. It has a vast history from an imperial citadel to a military center during the last war, and featured tons of exhibits and various things to see and read. The entrance also cost 60,000 dong for 2. From the citadel, we walked up north. You can actually exit the citadel from the northern gate. We then headed to a restaurant called Veggies Castle for lunch. It was a vegan buffet that cost 180,000 for 2. It was really yummy and had lots of options. In addition, the restaurant was cozy and we loved it. Now that our bellies are full, we are ready to continue the adventure. To digest, we walk north around the West Lake and admire some more of the local telecom. In fact, a lot of Asian countries have it this way. A bit later, we arrive at the Tran Quoc Pagoda, which is the oldest Buddhist temple in Hanoi. We also visited another small temple right opposite of it, both of them located on the island and quite nice. Today we are doing a loop around the historical center. So we started walking back south and passed by the Hoang temple but didn't visit it. It seemed small and we could see most of it from outside. Plus we already did quite a lot of religious places today. Our last monument of the day was the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. To enter the main square where the mausoleum is, Tina had to cover her legs. As we didn't have anything, we used both our jackets that we wrapped around her. After passing the checkpoint, we simply walked along the main square where we saw the mausoleum, the National Assembly, the One Pillar Pagoda and the Ho Chi Minh Museum, without visiting any of it. Plus it seems that the mausoleum isn't open the whole day. After seeing that many monuments, it was time to rest. So we got a Grab for 46,000 dong and went to Loading T Café, one of the coziest coffee shops in town. We had a rose and a jasmine tea for 120,000 dong. It was so nice and full of herbs. And all of them can be eaten. So we enjoy our teas while talking and admiring the place. As we still had time, we strolled some more around the old quarter and visited a few shops. One of the notable shops we popped by was Master Tang, where we first received some tea to try and where Tina got some rose tea and cocoa-based herbal soap with green tea. Prices were good, and later when we tried what we got, it was amazing. One of the things we do when we travel is that we check out supermarkets. So we try one in the center of Hanoi, but Vietnam is not the best country for cool supermarket. Our final stop was at 4 P's Pizza Bao Khanh. We didn't reserve, but as we were there around 6 PM, we waited 5 minutes and got a table on the rooftop. We ordered an IPA beer, a caramelized nut scale salad and a half zucchini, half kale pizza for 387,200 dong. We must admit, it was one of the best pizza we ever had. Quick tip, people after us had to wait 1 hour for their order, and when we went out, they were rejecting customers. So better book directly from their website, plus it's super quick. We then took a Grab back to our accommodation for 30,000. At the end of our 3-week travel, we came back to Hanoi from Hoi An. Therefore, we had one last half day to visit it. For this last day in Hanoi, we plan on Tina's doing her nail, visiting the train street, and enjoy one last pizza. After checking in our hotel and dropping our bags, we headed back in the bustling Hanoi. However, as it was April 13th, it was Reunification Day, a national public holiday in Vietnam marking the reunification of South and North in 1975. At this time, some part of the city became pedestrian-only, buildings were dressed with the national flag and parade took place. Before getting on with the day, we made a quick lunch break. We went back at Tungs, only this time we got to enjoy the upper terrace, where we could see the street of Hanoi. We had fried lotus root and fried noodle for 213,000 dong. From there we went for manicure and pedicure. This time the salon was nicer, the staff spoke good English and they gave us lots of delicious tea. It also cost 650,000 dong, which was much more than the first time but was completely worth it. We then walked to the train street. There we called the owner of Railway Coffee, who picked us up and brought us in the street. Once in the coffee, we met a family of 3 living in Singapore. made of an Australian father, a German mother, and their little girl. As it was Sunday, there were trains during the afternoon. We waited a good hour for the train. Another couple from Seychelles living in Dubai arrived. We really had a good time talking with all of them, and we got to see 2 trains passing. There, we had 2 beers and a mango juice for 110,000 dong. For dinner, we had made a reservation online at Pizza 4 Piece Bao Khanh, but as we talked too much in highway coffee, we arrived 30 minutes late. However, it was fun and we got our table. We ordered a kale salad, a half mushroom, half zucchini pizza and a beer for 432,000 dong. It was once again super yummy. As we were sitting over the kitchen, we were trying to spot our pizza, and we think we did. And at the end, the waiter even gave us some free ice cream. We then strolled a bit around, stopped at some more shops, and then headed back to our hotel to get ready to go back home the next day, as this was the end of our Vietnam trip. If you too are planning a trip to Vietnam, we made a little something to help you, the Vietnam Travel Map. This digital map includes all our pins from our 3-week travel in Vietnam, as well as all our preparation pins for southern Vietnam. Therefore, our Vietnam map includes all the places we visited: Hanoi, Sapa, Ha Long Lan Ha Bay, Tam Quoc Ninh Bi, Hue and Hoi An, as well as all our preparation for Phong Nha, Nha Trang, Da La, Mue Ne, Ho Chi Minh City and Phu Quoc. The best reason to get this map is that you won't need to spend time pinning all ours and others tips and recommendations. Instead, you will get the full map from this destination for online and offline use. So check it out with the link in the description